Hello confidence, I'm happy to see you in this video, and this is a part 2 video to know how a visualizing is being captured by our eyes and how our brain is reading that based on its experience or based on its sensory notes. Which one do you think is bigger, A or B? Are you really seeing oily and shiny legs here? This is an unusual illusion. At first glance, you will probably spy a pair of legs that seems to be covered in oil. But given a second to look again, and you will see they are actually spattered with white paints. Streaks of white paint make it looks like a glare of light, and that's why our brain is reading like it is a oily and shiny legs. Can you guess the color of these dresses? Is it white, golden or blue? Confused? This simple garment is a perfect example of an optical illusion. That was no illusion at all. In fact, just a scientific demonstration of how our eyes are seeing things differently in varying light sources and how our brains all handle this interpretation in ways that are unique to us. Generally, the way our brain determines color relies on two things: the color of the object you are seeing and the color of light source. Here the image was overexposed, meaning the light in the image overwhelmed the color of the subject. Parts of the dress were also in shadow. This all implies that the color had a partial light makeup of bluish shadow reflecting off the dress itself and yellow light from the store's bad lighting. Parts of the image also seems to be indicate that the dress is blacklit. Depending on whether your brain saw the dress more in shadow or more in a direct light, you would see the colors differently. That happens here. Can you guess the color of the shoe on the border? It seems to be light pink and grey, right? In fact, pink and white is the right color of the shoe. If you saw anything else, it was mere a trick of the light or down to how our eyes perceive colors. Can you guess? The left side black line is connected with the blue line or brown line from right. Just have a wild guess. This is called Poggendorff illusion. It reveals how our brain perceives depths and geometric shape, but the cause of this optical illusion has not yet been adequately explained. Although so far no theories have satisfactorily explained this visual error, the prevailing belief is that our brain attempts to interpret a 2D image with 3D properties and distorts the depth between lines. So that's why we are seeing that the black line seems to be lined up with the blue line. Is these ships are really floating? It is a visual illusion caused by rays of light being bent as they pass through different temperature planes. Same like the vapor and water visual while we are traveling in hard roads, right? The difference in air temperature acts as a lens, refracting light and distorting images as we see them. So that's why we have a feel of that ship is floating. Do you really believe that you are seeing a white triangle in the middle? Of course, yes, right? This is what the scientists call as Kanzia's triangle. The triangle formed by edges of a Pac-Man. The non-existent triangle also appears to be brighter than the background, although they are of the same luminance. This illusion reveals how we tend to seek closure in our visual perception. Some of the best optical illusions are based on the principle that our brains are trained to fill in the gaps between the shapes and lines and perceive blank spaces as objects even when they aren't there. This is a case in point that our visual perception is shaped by experiences and not merely dependent on sensory inputs. So that's why we are seeing a white triangle in the middle of this picture. Actually, where is the baby? Can you guess that? Is she above the water or under the water? This little girl appears to be jumping into a swimming pool while simultaneously blowing bubbles like she is already underneath the surface. To be noted that her hair is dry and the apparent air bubbles just could be a droplet of water from the splashing. But at first sight, we could feel that she is underwater. Are you seeing these tennis balls in different colors? This illusion scientists call as Munger illusion. These tennis balls appears to be different colors, either pink, green, white and yellow. The combination of colors confusing our brain and tricking our eyes to see something can't be right. They are actually all the same color, but the addition of the colored dots and the background colors confuses your brain into seeing different colors. And trust me, in 2017 Constat, these won the best illusion of the year. Are you seeing the straight lines or bended lines? Quite confusing, right? It was made by Victoria Ski, who was inspired by the original. Here, the diamonds and wavy lines come into play and making every line look wonky. Don't you believe? See this. Hope you have enjoyed the video. Like the video, share to your friends and subscribe for future videos.